Hey guys, so drugstore haul with mini reviews. This is a video that we see a lot from me. I have been buying a lot of drugstore makeup lately. Did you see the video I posted on Saturday? Because if you didn't see it, then let me summarize it for you in a few seconds. I have changed the criteria that I'm using for what I'm purchasing for makeup. There will be no more makeup from companies that test on animals. I am not going to throw away or stop using the makeup that I already have, but just going forward from this time, I won't be buying anything from companies that test on animals. I also won't be buying any high-priced makeup items. And there was another thing that I forgot to say in that video, and that is I also don't buy from companies that the only way that you can get them is to order online. And that is because I have had problems with fraud on my credit cards more times than I can count. It's just ridiculous, and it's always been from makeup purchases that cause that to happen. Well, no, not every single time, but most of the time. So that's the criteria that I'm using. If you want more details, watch that video because I go into more of an explanation there. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I purchased in the order that I would be applying it to my face, and I'm going to give you like a mini review of each product. So the first thing that I'm going to show you that I purchased is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. And if you go to stores that carry Wet n Wild, you're going to see this at some stores, and then in other stores you're going to see the Coverall Face Primer. I think, I'm not positive, but I think that they're discontinuing that and just transitioning over to just this. But some stores don't have this yet. I don't know exactly how that works, but just beware that the container looks exactly the same except for where it says
12 o'clock.
Where it says photo focus right here, it just says coverall. But anyways, this is a fairly new product and I love this. And if you have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, I highly recommend that you get the primer to go with it, because the primer, the foundation, when I've used this with other primers, weird things happen. And I just really think that you kind of need the two of these to work well together. I had some problems with this foundation when I used it with other primers oxidizing, and I don't know, I just feel like these two really go good together. I would have to do some experimenting with other primers again, which I really don't want to, because now that I found a primer that works well with this foundation, I really don't want to use other primers with it anymore. But this has a delightful mint smell to it, and I love it. But it's not a wham in your face smell. It's just a mild mint, and it does dissipate after a few seconds. The texture on this is quite different than anything I've ever tried. It's white and it blends like a dream, and it's almost like a lotiony type formula. Let me take a little bit out so you can see. So see, it's like a white cream. It's really nice, and it just feels so nice on your skin. And I really like this primer. I think it's fantastic, especially for the price, because everything by Wet n Wild is so reasonably priced that you almost can't go wrong. So I've been wanting to do some one brand tutorials going forward, and I was never able to do those before because I never had every single product, like from every category of one brand before. I don't think I've ever done that. So I've been trying to like fill in the gaps. So some of the items that you'll see multiples of in the same category, that's why I'm doing that. So another foundation primer that I bought is the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. And this is just like a typical silicone-based primer that a million companies make. There isn't really anything special about this, but I did use it and test it out, and it seems to work really well. I have good luck with those kind of primers, or I have had good luck with those kind of primers in the past. So I picked that up and used it with the NYX Total, let me go get it so I can get the name just right. Okay, it's the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I bought this to go with this because, again, you know, I've had this foundation for a while now, and every time I've ever used it, I've used it with a different primer from another brand. So I thought it would make sense to get a NYX primer to use these two together. Plus, like I said, I want to do some one brand tutorials. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I didn't have a NYX primer, so I picked that up, and so far so good. It performs exactly like what I was expecting. Okay, the next thing I purchased is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. And I have gone back to using a little bit of powder to set my foundation, and I haven't been having any problems with it making my skin dry. Now, it could very well be that it's because of summer, I don't know, but boy, you do not get a flawless finish unless you use a powder over your foundation. You just don't, you know, it doesn't, any imperfections you have in your skin, whether it be redness coming through, or variation in the color of your skin across your face, or large pores, or acne scars, no matter what your situation is, if you set your foundation with a powder, it's just going to make everything look a little more perfect and a little less flawed. And so I bought this. They don't have a lot of colors on this at all, and it's got color to it. It isn't a translucent powder. So I got neutral beige because that was the closest that I could get. I was worried that it might be a little bit dark, but seems to be okay, thank goodness, because yeah, they had like four shades, I think. Maybe 5 at the most, but I'm pretty sure it was 4. And yeah, so not very many shades on this at all. I would love to see them add in some more shades because I had to get the neutral beige, but my foundation color is rose ivory. Is that correct? Yes. So yeah, they don't really have one for light pink toned skin in the powder. But that's okay. It worked out all right. And this is very, very nice as powders go. And the way I've been using my powders lately is I've been taking a makeup sponge type applicator that comes with the powder and pressing it into my skin instead of using a brush. And if it doesn't come with an applicator, because this doesn't come with an applicator, then I just take a makeup sponge that I already have and I just run it across the powder and then just pounce it onto my skin. And I don't use a lot, I just use a small amount, but I just love the way that looks as opposed to using a powder with a brush. I just think it looks so much better. And so far so good on this powder. I really like it. I used it today to set the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. So I have the primer, the foundation, and the powder on today. So that was new and I have been enjoying it. The next thing I'm going to show you is a contouring product. And this has been out for about a year now. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour in the shade Cafe Au Soleil. Now they only have one shade of this, and they only sell this at, I think, Walgreens and maybe Walmart. I'm not sure if Walmart has it or not. I found it at Walgreens. It might be limited edition. I'm pretty sure it is. So I wanted to grab it before it was gone. Walgreens has it like in the permanent display, but if you go on Wet n Wild's website, I think it's in the limited edition section, I think. But anyway, yeah, this only comes in one color, So because my skin is very light, that can be problematic, but I made it work, and it comes with a sponge applicator. I didn't use that. Wet n Wild has a bunch of products like this that come in these containers, and I don't like this packaging design at all because it has a little tab right here. And when you pull the plastic lid out, after you've done that about 4 or 5 times, that tab breaks off. And then it's really difficult to get this lid off once that tab has busted off. So yeah, there's not really much you can do about that. This product is very dark and very pigmented, and you're probably thinking, what were you thinking buying that? That's way too dark for you. Well, you would think so, but I kind of like it. It gives you a fairly strong contour when you have light skin, but you can blend it out. My recommendation to use this product if you have light skin is to use a very small brush. Don't use your normal contour brush, whatever you normally use on your face. Use something very small because otherwise, yeah, you're going to have a problem. It's going to be too dark. You're not going to be able to blend it out. So I just use a very small brush. I don't have it in front of me because it's in the other room waiting to be washed, but just a small, dense brush is what I would recommend. But yeah, I kind of like it. It's fairly quick and easy, and this is a sponge right here. There's a lot of product in here. You can tell the sponge is super saturated. I'm just working off what's on the lid right now, and I think it's going to even be a while before I can use that up. So yeah, I wanted to grab this before it was gone because I have lots of other products like this from Wet n Wild, and I really like them. And the packaging is adorable for the graphics on the cover. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is a repurchase. I just bought the basic e.l.f. eyelid primer in sheer. This is a great product. Years ago, I did a battle of the eyeshadow primers video, and this won. It's only, I think it's $2, and it's just a great product. And it's, I don't know, it's just, as eyeshadow primers go, you can't beat this. The only downside to this is it doesn't really cover discoloration and veining that well. So if you have a lot of problems with that, this might not work that well for you. How I get around that issue is when I do my foundation, I just put a little bit of foundation on my eye area as well. Then I dab a little bit of this on top, and problem solved. But if you're looking for an inexpensive eyeshadow primer, this is fantastic. One of e.l.f.'s best products for sure. All right, let's start talking about mascara. Speaking of e.l.f., about a year or two ago, I bought a bunch of e.l.f. mascaras. Tried them all out and hated every single one. They were garbage. Sorry, but it's true. However, e.l.f. has been reformulating some of their mascaras because I guess they knew that they weren't that good. And so I picked one up that has been reformulated. This is the e.l.f. Waterproof Lengthening and Volume Mascara. And I normally don't buy waterproof mascaras, but I've been dabbling a little bit here and there with them and have really liked what I've tried. And I don't find that they're really that much more difficult to get off than a regular mascara at the end of the day. But I kind of like the formula a little bit better. So anyways, I figured I would try this. And here's what the wand looks like. It's a little small, as standard eye wands go for mascaras. This mascara is okay. It isn't great, it didn't blow me away, but it doesn't suck either. So they are getting better at improving their formula, and the brush is pretty good, and I like it okay. But there's another mascara that I bought that blew me away that I will get to in just a minute. But first, I want to talk about this. I repurchased the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara. I use this just on my bottom lashes because if you saw my video last week, it was a get ready with me video where I was using a bunch of my new products. I was putting mascara on my lower lashes and I got a little dot of mascara on the skin under the lashes. This cannot happen because when you try to remove that, it smears, it ruins your makeup that you've put there. Sometimes it screws up your concealer, and then if you put powder there, everything gets all messed up trying to remove that one little dot of mascara. So I repurchased this because I've had this before and I love this, and I just use this for my bottom lashes and it works great. And because the wand is so small, you don't get anywhere other than on your lashes. So perfect lower lash application every time. I highly recommend this. Very inexpensive, just fantastic product. Also, I don't know if this is permanent because this came out right around the same time that this did, and I hope that Wet n Wild makes both these products permanent, but I don't know. That remains to be seen. So grab this while you can because I don't know if it's going to be there forever. This is a wonderful product. Okay, now moving on to the mascara that I tried that blew me away. This is the best mascara that I've tried in a long, long time. Just a regular mascara that you can use on your top and bottom lashes if you want to, but I'm just using the Wet n Wild Skinny one for my bottom lashes. So what is it? What am I talking about? I am talking about Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is phenomenal, and it's not expensive. It's Essence. You can get this at Target or Ulta are the two places where you can buy this. This is incredible. I think I had this on in Saturday's video. Yeah, the video that I did Saturday where I was talking about switching to cruelty-free brands exclusively and all that. That's the first video I think that I wore it in. And you can see a big difference. If you go back and watch Friday's video and then watch Saturday's video, you can see a huge difference in my lashes. I have it on now. I mean, my lashes don't normally look like this. So this is great. And it's also great that it's permanent and it's not expensive. And if you are looking for a great mascara, this is it. That is the wand. So sort of a normal size and shape wand. But oh my God, I love this. I feel like it gives me length and volume. By the way, this clicks shut. So when you put the cover on, make sure you get that click if you want to keep the formula nice and, you know, the way it's meant to be so that it won't dry out. Let's see, what does it say on here? Mascara for an irresistible false lash effect and dramatic volume. So yeah, you get length and volume. This is incredible. I bought an Essence mascara many years ago, and I love that one too. They probably don't even make that one anymore. We're going way back. But I don't know why I haven't tried any mascaras from Essence since, because I really did love that. And I was going to do a one brand tutorial for Essence, but unfortunately I've noticed that they stopped making their foundation. Well, they didn't stop making it. They stopped carrying it in this country anyway. They used to sell it at Target, and I have it, and it's all right. I like it okay. The color's a little weird, but once it's blended in, it's not too bad. But yeah, they stopped carrying it. I guess they weren't selling that much of it, or people maybe didn't like it because it had a really strong smell to it. So if I do a one brand tutorial, I won't be able to do a primer or a foundation because they don't sell those products here anymore, and not in this country anyway. Maybe in Europe they do, but not here. So bring us a new foundation that people love, Essence. That would be great. But yeah, this is mind-blowingly good. Really great. Okay, let's talk about some lip products that I purchased. If you saw Saturday's video, then this is what was on my lips. NYX Lip Lingerie in Bustier. I did a video recently showing you swatches of all the NYX Lip Lingerie liquid lipsticks that launched initially. There are 24 shades altogether. So in that video, I showed you the first 12 shades. I didn't have any from the second launch when they released 12 more. This is my first one from the newer shades. And it's really pretty. It's like sort of like a dusty mauve, but it's got some warmth to it. And I think this is going to just look fantastic with a lot of fall type eyeshadow looks, or anything that's neutral to warm, I would say. But really pretty. If you want to see it on, check out Saturday's video. So I got that. So now I have one of the newer shades. And then what is on my lips right now is a lip liner from Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in the shade Never Petal Down. And I lined and filled in my lips with this. This is my second liner of this formula. These are nice. They're fairly new from Wet n Wild, and they're very smooth and creamy. They go on like a dream, and if you line and fill in your lips with it, your lipstick is going to go on a million times better. So I really like this. The first one that I bought was a nude, and it was a nude shade that I wasn't all that crazy about, so I didn't really end up using that liner that much, but this one is more of a complementary color for me, and it's just a really pretty pink liner. But I love the formula on this, and as with all Wet n Wild products, very inexpensive, but really nice. And then I repurchased a Wet n Wild lipstick that I've had before that I missed, that got purged because of its age. I have it on over the lip liner. This is Wet n Wild Megalast lipstick in 901B Think Pink. And it's just a very pretty pink lipstick. And it's not, in terms of tone, I feel like it's pretty neutral. I don't feel like it's really cool or really warm. It's somewhere in between. It's sort of a pink that everybody can wear. And that's what it looks like swatched next to the liner. So it's a little cooler than the liner, but they still work fine together. I have them both on my lips right now. The Wet n Wild Megalast lipsticks are so inexpensive, but really nice formula. As they get older, they do dry out a little bit. I think there's too much air circulating inside that cap. But when you first get them, they're so creamy and so smooth and go on so nice. Especially this one here. It's just a really great color for me. So I wanted to repurchase that. Okay guys, so that's my drugstore haul with mini reviews video. If you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.